Hi, I'll give you a quick tour of my shop. This is my garage. My hand bench is out here getting refitted with some T-tracks, stops, dogging devices you can tighten down. I got a little light-duty dogging device here I made. It's just a little cradle. Kind of neat. It's got a cradle with a rod through a stiff board, pipe clamp, goes through the leg of the bench. Got about $10 in that. That really dogs down tight. It's my mortising jig. A lot of clamps and such. Toward warm weather, I put this big bench out in the garage. I even roll it out in the driveway and use it. Do a lot of work on it. It's got casters. It's an old door. My shop door was a 4-foot door from a hospital. Cut it down to 7 foot. Makes a nice wide opening. Here's something kind of funny. Our hourly rate's $50 an hour. $75 if you watch, $100 if you help, $150 if you tried to do it first and couldn't. I just thought that was funny. Here's a little loft for some scrap lumber. Most of the lumber comes in and goes back out. There's a jig. Come in the shop. There's 3 big windows. It's giving me fantastic daylight. I have great overhead lighting too. That's a really good thing. Got a bulb burned out. My bench, right here, first thing, it's a low bench. It's a door. I screw right to it. I figured that's what it's for. It's only 26 inches, which is great for downward force, assembly, stuff that need a little bit lower. That's worked out really well. I've used that for a long time. There's a little bench joiner. I do a lot of hand joining, which I enjoy. If I need the speed, I do the bench joiner. Some old books, most used fasteners. Some hand tools. I use a bit brace quite a bit. Here's my new router table. It's in another video. You ought to check it out. Dust collector. This was a pot and pan rack. I made my wife. She didn't really like it. I nabbed it. I hang my most used power tools on it. It's just above my head height. It's really convenient. And it doesn't cut into the light much. Got a belt sander, a couple of routers, nail guns, biscuit joiner. I don't use it too much. I don't like biscuit joining that well. Sander. There's a power strip I drop down. It's plugged in the wall already if I need some quick overhead electric. There's a shelf for my bandsaw for the Shopsmith, but it tends to stay on the Shopsmith anymore. This is kind of cute. This was a shadow box my grandpa made that has little whiskey bottles in it. Thought it was kind of cute. Got a wall with some jigs, clamps, Shopsmith accessories back there. This little cabinet back in the corner I made when I was about 12. It's got a boom box, some country music. 20-year-old Shopsmith, still going strong. It's been a good tool. It's kind of a mediocre tool. It's a great driller, great horizontal driller, great drill press, but mediocre table saw, mediocre lathe. I do a lot of lathing on it. Table saw is okay for small work and joinery. I do box joints. There's a bandsaw hooked to it. There's a bench grinder way in the back. I do grinding, do a lot of sharpening on this bench. Got some router junk. This bench is the same as my radio arm, so I can run long stock over there and do rough cuts. Got my first big plunge router under there, Makita 3612. Hand tools, kind of sloppy, but I know where everything's at. Portable miter saw, layout tools, another shelf. Used to hold a benchtop router, which I don't use anymore. An old radio arm, which I still use for rough cross cutting. Trash can handy. Some scraps. Here's a good idea. Put some dry erase boards up for sketching out ideas and writing down measurements. Saves on paper. There's one over here. Back of the door is some shoe bags. Kind of goofy idea, but it really works good for storing glues and supplies. Commonly used items that you need to see what they are, and really works very good. Here's my one and only accident I had about 20 years ago. Safety first, I wrote on it. Reminds me to use my head when I come in. This piece of 1/4-inch plywood flew out of the table saw. Make quite a few things in here. Mostly just one-of-a-kind stuff, either for myself or for my carpentry business. Nothing too elaborate. Made a buck off of it though.